welcome to the deep dive. Today, we are really getting into something that definitely made waves recently. Justin Bieber's surprise album, Swag.
Yeah, quite the event.
Totally. We're going to take a shortcut to getting you fully up to speed, digging into how this whole thing happened so fast, the music itself, and some pretty surprising personal stuff tied into it. It's all based on that globalnews.ca piece. Justin Bieber drops Swag, stuns fans.
Right.
When I first saw the news, my first thought was just, how do you even do that? Logistically, releasing an album basically overnight seems, well, huge.
It really does. And, what's so interesting about this drop specifically is how fast it was. It gives us a great window into how these huge artists are managing their image, their releases, everything in this digital age. It's not just about the songs anymore. It's the whole package, right? The story, the image. It's all kind of blurred together now, celebrity and brand.
So it's more than just a cool marketing trick. It's like a statement almost.
Yeah.
But the article did say it wasn't completely out of the blue. What kind of hints were there? How do you even start teasing something that's supposed to be a secret?
Yeah, that's the interesting part. They used this almost guerrilla marketing approach. Fans started finding these billboards, right? Just one word, swag.
Just swag.
Just swag.
Yeah.
And not just in LA like you'd expect. They popped up in Reykjavik, Iceland. Super random.
Oh, Iceland. Okay.
Right. And then Bieber himself shares pictures of these billboards on his Instagram. Boom. Instant buzz. It really shows how the story around the music, often fueled by these personal moments, is just as planned out and, frankly, just as important as the music itself now.
Okay. Clever. But does it feel
Right.
real? Or is it just, perfectly managed authenticity for the internet age? Anyway, once Swag actually dropped his 7th album, by the way, what did we get? The article says 21 new songs. That's a
lot of music, yeah.
And the titles are pretty direct, too, like All I Can Take, Walking Away, Dad's Love, Forgiveness. Seems personal.
It does. And, the guest list on Swag is pretty notable, too. You've got Gunna, Sexy Red, Cash Cobain, Drewski, Dijon, Lil B, Eddie Benjamin, Marvin Winans. Quite a mix.
Wow, that's diverse.
Exactly. And you could argue that's a smart way to sort of de-risk things. You tap into different sounds, different fan groups. It makes the album less reliant on just one thing working. It's like building a solid audience portfolio. We see a lot of big artists doing this now to stay relevant when everything's so fragmented.
Makes sense. And it wasn't just features, right? The article points out Bieber himself is listed as a producer.
He is, yeah. Alongside some familiar names like Carter Lang, Dylan Wiggins, Daniel Caesar, MK.G, Daniel Chetrit, and Knox Fortune.
So it's a good reminder, he's not just the voice. He's a 2-time Grammy winner, deeply involved in the creation.
Absolutely. And that creative control extends beyond just the sound, The visual side of this album is really striking as well.
Oh, the cover art.
Exactly. The main cover has Bieber holding his son, Jack Blues Bieber, and his wife Hailey's there too. It's a very intimate picture. Sets a real specific tone right off the bat.
It definitely does. And the photographer, Renelle Medrano. The article mentioned she also did the art for Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Yeah, that's right. Which is, a pretty big deal. It signals certain artistic intention collaborating with someone like her.
And they both shared posts about this shoot on Instagram, Medrano too. So it's all part of the rollout.
For sure. And that actually leads into how we even got here. The article mentioned that leading up to Swag, which is the follow-up to Justice from 2021, remember Bieber was posting studio pics on social media.
Right, I remember seeing some of those.
But even before that, The Hollywood Reporter apparently had a story about jam sessions happening back in April at his place in LA.
Jam sessions. Sounds kind of low-key now, knowing it led to a full album. Did the article say who was involved in those? Any clues there about the sound of Swag?
Yeah, it mentioned his longtime DJ, Tay James, was there, his musical director, HRV2, also SCA collaborator Carter Lang, and that Australian artist, Eddie Benjamin.
Okay, so a mix of his core team and some newer collaborators.
Exactly. It paints a picture of this, gradual development. It wasn't just, poof, here's an album. It was simmering for months, clearly. Lots of collaboration behind the scenes.
Right, it built up. But then things got very public and viral almost immediately after the announcement, didn't they? This is where it gets really juicy.
Oh, yeah.
Hailey Bieber reposts the album cover on her Instagram, and the caption is, well, intense. Is it finally clocking to you thieving losers? What was that about? How did it connect?
Yeah, not your typical album promo line, is it?
Yeah.
But the article makes it clear that comment was a direct shot related to this pretty intense run-in Justin had with paparazzi on June 12th.
Okay, I remember hearing about that.
Right, and the source really details it. Bieber telling them, "Get out of my face, stop provoking me." He even apparently said they'd twist the video, take it out of context, make him look mad.
Yeah.
So this whole confrontation suddenly becomes part of the album's launch story. A very personal, raw moment feeding into the public narrative.
And he really went off, didn't he? The article quotes him saying, I don't know who the F is paying you to provoke me, but I'm not the effing one. And that line, it's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it? That phrase again, standing on business.
Exactly. That's the key phrase, linking it all. And the exchange didn't stop there. A photographer apparently said, "But we're on the sidewalk, Justin."
Yeah.
And Bieber's response was, pretty heated. "I don't give that you're on the sidewalk. I'm a human furfing being. You're standing around my car at the beach."
Jeez.
He kept going too, like, "You don't think I'm a real fluffing guy, do you? I'm a real dad, a real husband, a real man, so don't effing do this shit to me." It really, it paints a stark picture of that pressure cooker environment.
Yeah, it really makes you think about what that constant scrutiny must be like. But, you have to wonder, was it totally spontaneous? Or did it maybe, just maybe, fit conveniently with the album's themes? Standing his ground, authenticity.
It's hard to say for sure, isn't it? But the timing certainly made it part of the conversation around swag.
Okay, so pivoting a bit from that really intense public moment, let's talk about another side of Bieber, his actual musical legacy and his business sense, which the article touches on too. We know the sound R&B pop, that lyric tenor voice, and the massive hits, obviously. Baby, Sorry, Stay with the Kid Leroy, diamond-selling tracks.
Yeah, and zooming out, it's wild to think about his whole career arc, right? Starting out as a tween, discovered on YouTube, working with Usher and Scooter Braun.
Right, the Scooter Braun connection.
And then just exploding into this global phenomenon. It's a path very few people ever take.
And he's clearly learned a thing or two about the business side along the way. The article mentions that huge deal in 2023, selling his music rights.
Yeah, the rights to his entire catalog up to that point. All 6 albums, including all those huge hits we just mentioned, sold them to Hypnosis, that UK-based music investment company.
Wow, all of it.
Pretty much his entire recorded output pre-swag. And the scale of that deal, I mean, the exact number wasn't public, but
Yeah.
Billboard magazine estimated it around $200 million.
$200 million. Okay, that's serious business.
It absolutely is. And it's fascinating, right? It kind of signals maybe a shift in how artists think about their legacy and their assets. He basically cashed out his back catalog up front.
Securing the bag, as they say.
Totally. Long-term financial security. And maybe, just maybe, it frees him up creatively a bit. Less pressure on every new release needing to be a massive hit, perhaps. It definitely sets a precedent for how artists can leverage their past work. It really speaks to maybe the changing value of new album cycles versus the long tail of a hit catalog.
So wrapping this all up then, our deep dive into swag and everything around it, it's way more than just a surprise album. It's like a snapshot of Bieber right now. The artist, the guy dealing with fame, and the businessman. What's the big takeaway for you that our listeners should chew on?
I think what's really striking is how this one release, when you look closely, tells us so much about the whole music industry landscape today. You know, how these lines between personal life, public image, artistic output, and shrewd business decisions are just completely blurred for a star at this level.
Yeah.
It really makes you question, like, where do the boundaries lie and how much control does the artist really have in this super scrutinized world?
Absolutely. It leaves you thinking, okay, in this age where artists can talk directly to fans, instantly, what does an album release like this, super anticipated, drop suddenly, mixed with these really raw public moments actually do to that relationship between the star, the audience, the media, all of it? And what does standing on business really mean when your business is being famous? Definitely something to think about.
Yeah.
Until the next deep dive.